Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Summer Says. This week's episode might be a little bit short and sweet. I want to talk about how I've been able to shift my life, be a bit more disciplined. And this wasn't done through gentle parenting, this was done through using shame and guilt and anger to change my life and to be used as a fuel and motivator. I was stuck in cycles of not believing in myself and convincing myself I needed more time, as well as I was smoking a lot of weed last year. 1 year ago, I was spending like $150 to $300 to $400 a week on weed. My God, I really don't know how I did that now. If I have one puff now, I'm like knocked out. But it was my crutch. It helped me through my breakup. It helped me deal with emotions that were a bit too much. So as much as I appreciate for what it was, I got stuck in this cycle and loop of smoking it way too much. And I deep down knew that I had to change that. But I fell into the trap of thinking that, I can do that and pursue this podcast and pursue all these little dreams and endeavors I want to go on. But deep down I knew I couldn't. But I was gentle parenting myself. I was making excuses. I was being like, it's okay. Maybe I'll just slow down a little bit. Maybe I can slow down, or I'll try again tomorrow. And so I was wasting my potential. And I didn't want to face the guilt around it because I think I always felt that I had time. And then now I blink and I'm nearly 25 and I'm like, holy smokes, I gotta get going. I was laying in bed and I remember I had this realization that I don't have time. Actually, I don't have time. What I have is right now, and what am I going to create and do with it? And I just chose to waste it. And I sat with this feeling of wasting my potential because I didn't really want to face that. I didn't want to face the feeling of wasting my potential. And then I sat with this feeling of oh my God, I don't want to, I have a lot of my life, right? I have a lot of my life, in the sense if we do live to 70, 80, 90. But the things that I want to do, I want to do them in my 20s. When I'm in my 30s and 40s, I want to have, a family and do other things. So I was like, holy smokes, I really want to get going with my dreams or else I'm wasting my potential. So having these reflections are quite hard because there's so many difficult emotions to face. But use it as your motivator. Use it as your fuel. When I went out of my breakup, I had a lot of anger because of things. I felt like I wasted my time in the end when lies and deceit came out, as well as you always kind of lose a piece of you when you lose a breakup because you plan a future together. So I felt like I lost this part of me and anger was the main subject. And I was like, holy shit, I've wasted so much of my time on this boy who wasn't even, nothing came out of it. So I was like, shit. And I had this anger around it, and I used that anger to motivate me to go to the gym, like everyone does after the breakup. They go to the gym, but this one I was like, whoa, I felt that, and I was at the gym and I hated it. I hated the gym for 3-4 months. I did not enjoy it, but the discipline, and when I was there and I wanted to give up, I used my anger to motivate me because I knew that I had more potential, and I felt that there could be more potential. Even in those moments I wanted to give up, maybe I thought that I couldn't do it. I used that anger of all the time I felt like I had put into this man and put into this relationship. I was like, I have to make up for lost time. That was my mindset for the moment. But it motivated me to go to the gym, to stay disciplined, and to build a good routine. And now it's been over a year since I've been going to the gym, and I've been able to use that anger to show me where I need to change, to use it as fuel, to use it in a way where I won't fall back into old habits. And the smoking of the weed, I shamed myself. I looked at myself, I was like, oh my God, I'm such a loser. I'm just smoking every single day, morning to night. What am I doing? Come on, Summer. You're better than this. And I had a stern talking to myself about, you lay in bed and you got to reflect. If you don't reflect and you're just ignoring it, it'll be years and months will go by and you just never would have changed. So I really love reflection. Reflection isn't meant to always be the most comfortable thing. So stepping away from gentle parenting and just being like, shame on you, Summer. Shame on you. Change. You can change, and you got better potential than this. It's almost like when you feel angry and shameful about where you're at, and maybe you don't feel proud, you can feel this inside just crumble. I like start to crumble on the inside. I'm like, ooh, so uncomfortable. But I needed that. I needed that to give me a little slap in the face, shake me up a little bit, have me wake up to what I want to do and who I want to be. You know, I haven't smoked weed. Look, I can't say I haven't smoked. I've done a little, but for a whole month now I haven't smoked. And then I did do it for a couple of weeks. But then I'm like 2 months prior to that I didn't. So I'm on a good roll, okay? Here's me gentle parenting. I'm doing well, but I am. I mean, compared to morning till night, and now I'm actually doing my podcast and doing my habits and having more discipline. It's been beautiful. So I feel like, yeah, gentle parenting didn't work for me. I had to shame, you know. Like, it reminds me, it's like those sticks, like shame. I had to like shame myself. So don't be afraid of these emotions. Don't be afraid of seeing that. I feel that they are this guidance. They can be used in a positive way. They can fuel you or motivate you to do better. And now whenever I start to slip back on these patterns, I remind myself that I don't have time. I don't have time. I convinced myself that I have time and I have all this time. Oh, don't worry, it's all right, I got time. I don't. I have to make time. I have to make this moment a moment that I want, or else it's never going to happen. If I don't make what I want to do happen, it's never going to happen. I know that's so obvious to some people, but I had to remind myself. And because I'm turning 25, it's not like I'm that old, but I felt like I'm having a little midlife crisis. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't done anything. But now I'm so thankful that I've been able to start something and have discipline. It is so much easier once you have one hobby that you're able to stick through. Like for me, it was gym. Once I trained that discipline, and I trained that part of the brain, I could apply that aspect to all the other little hobbies and adventures and endeavors that I want to go on. It's gotten a lot easier because I can just give up. Oh my God, the amount of hobbies I had as a kid, and I just started and gave up and started and gave up. So training that muscle helps. And whenever I feel like giving up, I remind myself of this feeling of guilt about I don't want to be 45, 50 and I didn't do anything. I didn't do the things that I wanted to do because of X, Y, and Z. So I use these emotions to motivate me and to remind me, and yeah, as fuel. So I hope this was maybe able to help you guys at some point. You know, maybe you resonate with it. But man, I don't want to waste my potential. I don't want to waste what I could have been just because I was lazy or not disciplined or whatever your situation is. The cost of wasting your potential is the scariest thing to me. That scares me, and that's what I remind myself every single day. Whenever I don't feel like it, whenever I feel tired, I still remind myself to stay motivated and to push because it's good to push. And I kind of felt this urge of rush of I want to get it all done now, which is beautiful, and I feel like I've been able to stay disciplined in that. So some days I slip up, but you know, it happens. Maybe this is resonating, maybe this isn't, maybe this helps you, maybe not, but there's my little ramble and my blabble for the week and what's helped me, and my mindset has gotten so much better because of it. I'd love to do a separate video talking about my weed addiction and how what happened when I stopped and how I was able to overcome it and other things. So I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you all next week.